what's going on? It's Jay.
It's B.
This is Lit Logic. We are on episode 39.
Hey.
39.
Almost at that 4-0 mark.
We've been bringing out the content for a minute now.
We've been dropping bombs, man.
Yeah, we've been doing this since what, March?
Shit, I thought it was more than that.
I think it's March.
I think it's more.
I gotta check the.
You gotta go check the
We gotta fact.
archives.
Yeah, we gotta fact check that. But I think it's. We started back in March. So we almost 40 years. Pause. I knew you was gonna go there.
Yeah, absolutely, because I always do.
Facts.
Pause.
All right, so today's topic we're gonna be talking about, the hip hop police and
Sir Snitch-a-lots.
For y'all who don't know, there's been a few series of arrests of a few rappers within the past few weeks, and we're just gonna talk about that and give our insight on these situations and whatnot. So the first one I have here is A Boogie with the Hoodie. He got arrested, I think Tuesday, I believe. I got the info right now. I'm about to read it. This comes from NBCNewYork.com. Popular rapper, singer, and songwriter A Boogie with the Hoodie was arrested on gun charges and drug charges in North New Jersey. The Bergen County Prosecutor's Office Tuesday announced the 25-year-old artist Jay DeBose.
That's his name, Jay DeBose.
Jay DeBose.
Jay DeBose.
Yes, it's that. I don't get that. Also known as A Boogie with the Hoodie, was charged with 1 count of unlawful possession of a handgun and 1 count of possession of marijuana. Following a search warrant at his Durham's home Monday, which resulted in the seizure of 4 handguns, specifically a Ruger 380 handgun, a Glock 40, a HK 9mm handgun, and a Smith & Wesson 9mm.
What the fuck was he gonna go do? Like, what the fuck was he about to go play Red Dead Redemption in real life? Like, what type of, I'm sorry, not to cut you off, but, nigga, if you got all this shit in your car, what makes you think they're not gonna take you?
Oh, no, this is at his house.
This is at his house?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the fuck you need all? You know what? I ain't going. You know what? If you
also found were hollow point bullets, various high capacity magazines, as well as marijuana, hash, oils, edibles, and other drug paraphernalia, commonly associated with distribution and control of dangerous substance. So,
hey, they ain't gonna throw the book. They ain't gonna throw the book at him, but he.
Four guns.
Hey, how many guns did Tip have?
30. I thought he had 30.
He had 100. That nigga was in there to shoot shit up.
30 is a lot.
No, he was about to shoot shit up, man. Shit, so, A Boogie with the Hoodie. Shit, he about to shoot shit up.
So according to this news article, the feds had a warrant to search his house, which means in order for the feds to know you have some
that means
shit
somebody must have gave a tip. Or
you was just doing some bullshit.
Or somebody had insight on what he was doing.
I don't think these rappers realize that
the stupidity.
Police is watching you.
Absolutely.
So
they make fake pages.
You gotta move differently. You can't be doing dumb shit like.
But see, that's hard. Not saying it's hard. I'm just saying it's hard for them because of what they've been subjected to. Like, they're used to that shit. Like, look, and God, not saying God forbid, God bless, the dead, but look what happened to, R.I.P. to Smoke. Look what happened to Pop Smoke. Posting on social media, they found his address.
Exactly.
That's, and like, again, that, that's not a funny topic, that's tragedy, but sometimes everything is not meant to be put on social media. Yeah, you don't have to flaunt, like, you're already talking about it in your lyrics. They're already going to indict you for that. Why show it? So they already got proof. You don't have to do that.
Well, the lyrics can't really hold no weight in court.
Shit.
It's just music. But
shit.
They'll try to use it against you, but if you got a good amount of money, your defense lawyer can easily walk around that. They just say it's just music. But until you actually start proving, like,
shout out to C Murder.
Until you start,
he didn't have a good defense attorney.
So until you start putting out, like, actual stuff that can like convict you.
Yeah.
You know, the music is just something that they use to try to convince the jury. But you know, in this certain situation, like if the feds are already watching you, so you gotta watch how you move.
Soon as they hear your song on the radio, oh yeah, oh yeah, okay.
Well, I think police in general are just. I think for every, you know, mainstream rapper, there's police looking at them.
Absolutely.
And they're waiting for them to fuck up, to do shit like this to arrest them, because for them it's like sort of like a badge of honor.
Yeah, it's like taking down a big well.
Yeah,
you know, it's their well, you know, for them.
So these rappers got to start moving a little bit more smarter than that. But
that's
that one.
But they're not.
They're not.
Not all of them.
We're gonna break down more of this as once we get past, you know, the rest of these stories. All right, the next one is about the rapper Casanova. Y'all might not know.
Oh, boom!
He's another New York rapper.
That's our boy's man right there. That's our boy man right there. I fuck with Casanova. My dad look like Casanova. Dad be in the car angry.
So this comes from NBC News, and it says New York rapper Casanova was indicted with 17 others in a gang case announced Tuesday. Both these niggas got bumped Tuesday.
Who? Oh, same G-Herb, right?
No, A Boogie and
Oh, they got him at the same time.
Casanova. Well, Casanova, he surrendered himself. I guess the police is out there looking for him. So he didn't surrender himself till Wednesday, but I guess they were trying to, you know, arrest him Tuesday. Casanova, real name Caswell Sr.
You know what? That's not bad. Because it goes with his rap name. I don't know what the fuck A Boogie was thinking.
Hey, A Boogie with the hoodie is just a...
That's a dope name, though.
It's an odd name.
That's a dope name. But then when you hear the person's real name, you rather call him A Boogie with the hoodie.
Was among the members of Untouchable Gorilla Stone Nation. Gang alleged to commit crimes in New York City and state, including a September murder of a 15-year-old.
Oh, wow. That's deep.
Not to saying that Casanova committed this murder against a 15-year-old, but he was with. They're saying allegedly he is with one of the dudes, like him and
so basically
the other 17. Yeah, the other 17 people.
Gotcha.
So somebody in those people that they picked up is being charged with that. Yeah, it says Casanova is not charged.
But he's the biggest name.
Yeah, so they always go after the big fish. So.
Absolutely, because they're gonna try to make him seem like he had.
Casanova is not charged with the slaying, but faces other counts. Includes conspiracy to commit racketeering, conspiracy to distribute controlled substances, and gun possession. A U.S. attorney. Casanova, 34, surrendered to NYPD around 11:15 p.m. Wednesday. He pleaded not guilty. If convicted, he faces up to life in prison.
Get the fuck. What? Nah. For all that?
RICO, distribution, fucking gun possession, and you're already a convicted felon.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So, and he got that murder thing floating around. Like I said, not saying he was charged,
but still, like they're gonna try.
Yeah,
they're gonna reach. They're gonna try.
They're gonna try.
They're gonna do everything in their power. They got high hopes for you.
All right, the next one is G Herbo. I hate when this shit does this. Fucking nut ass laptop.
G Herb.
You don't like his real name.
Oh damn! What's your name?
Well, we're gonna get to that. Chicago rapper G Herbo pleaded not guilty in a video conference Wednesday. Damn, this shit happened within days of each other. To a federal charge brought in Massachusetts, alleging he and 5 members of his crew used stolen identities to make fraudulent charges for extravagant services ranging from private jets to designer puppies. What the fuck is a designer puppy?
I guess a custom made dog. I guess a dog get the custom made shit.
Somebody found that out. I've never heard of a designer puppy. But they got Louis Vuitton dogs and shit. Like,
I'm actually interested. All right,
like that shit is like.
Is it a real animal?
It's in quotation, so it must be some expensive dog,
or it must be something they have to.
It must be a dog that rich people tend to buy, or whatever the case may be. I've never heard of designer puppies. Like, they making Gucci puppies.
Let's see. The fuck? Regular ass dogs.
I'm guarantee you they like some. They probably.
It's like it has to be like.
Are they like little dogs?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like these little.
Yeah, okay, them the little dogs that them little rich.
Oh, the one you put in the purse.
Yeah, that you be carrying around and shit. Like,
Them
damn,
shit.
niggas going down for designer puppies.
I was never. Hey, Mike Vick went down for killing dogs.
Hey man, that's a story for another day. Dressed in a black shirt and off white. G. Herbo, whose real name is Herbert Wright III.
Oh, Herbert. Herb.
Leaned towards his computer microphone and pleaded not guilty in a firm voice as he was read his charges. He has been released on a $75,000 bond. His charges go from conspiracy to commit fraud, wire fraud, money laundering, and amongst other charges. So basically, these niggas were scamming.
Get your man, Joe.
What he said?
Get your man, bro.
If Eddie come on this show.
Oh my God. We just gonna name drop. Well, yeah, the day Eddie come on this show, man, be a cold day in hell.
For y'all don't know, our boy Eddie's a friend of ours who was, I would say, a little special. Not in a bad way, but there's something wrong with this kid.
Nah, Chris, nah, he crazy. Eddie's crazy.
Yeah, so
He's
hopefully we'll get him on the show one day and you'll see what we talk about.
Hopefully we get a lot of our boys on the show.
Yes, I don't know, man.
Just fucking ducking and dodging, man. Like, I'm not sugarcoating it no more.
These niggas not.
Nah, fuck that.
These
Stop ducking and dodging me. Stop ducking and dodging the show.
These niggas not gonna get on the show, man.
Damn, man.
We
Fucking bunch of frustrating ass niggas, man. Like, what's wrong with y'all? Bring y'all silly asses on the fucking show.
Yeah,
Damn, I'm tired. I'm tired. Jay, you like company?
Hey, man.
I like company.
Alright, so we're gonna get into the next story. This one happened maybe a month or so ago, but rapper Lil Wayne was charged with criminal possession of a firearm of a convicted felon. He was arrested in Miami. This goes back to when he was he was charged with a gun charge before. This comes from CNN. They writing this shit all weird.
So hold on, is this the same charge or is it two different charges?
This is a recent charge that he was on this. Hold up. It says rapper was charged in South District of Miami, possession of a firearm and ammunition as a prior felon offender. According to the legal document obtained by CNN, charges stem from alleged to December 23rd, 2019 incident. So this is from a year ago.
So this is not too long ago. So that's what he's in jail for now?
I don't think he's in jail now, but I think he's being charged for it now. What is this shit doing? CNN, get your shit together. This shit keep jumping from page to page.
You can't believe it.
Popping up shit.
CNN. CNN be on some bullshit sometimes.
Alright, they're talking about his first gun charge back in 2007. He went to Rikers Island for. He had to serve a year. He only ended up doing 8 months. And
that seems like a slap on the wrist coming to some people.
For a gun charge, yeah. That might have been his first one. But these niggas with money were trying to be getting out of shit. Because remember, like you said, with T.I., it was going down for 31 of them things. And
31 gun salute at the top of your drop top coupe.
He didn't go to jail, I don't think. I think he did probation or something.
He went to a halfway house, I think. He went somewhere. I forgot. He went somewhere. It wasn't a slap on the wrist, but it was a pretty.
No, I think he did go to jail.
He did. It was kind of like a jail halfway house because you know he said his wife was able to come visit him a bunch of times, so it was probably one of those jails with kind of
visits.
Yeah.
You know how that go down.
I don't. I honestly don't.
So I'm gonna get into a little deeper about these situations because me personally, I think once you become a rapper and you know your name gets out there and stuff, there's certain shit that you can't do, and you gotta move a little bit more differently. Like if you're the bag. So as you're taking care of not only yourself but your family and this, that, and third. So you can't put yourself in a position to fuck that up.
No. But see, a lot of them don't think about that because they think about, I got the money, I can do what I want, I'm not worried about the fuck up. Until the fuck up happens.
Like in A Boogie situation,
you gotta be smart.
He got all these guns or whatever the case may be, and like I get like both sides of the spectrum because one, there's a lot of shit that's been going on with rappers. Unfortunately, we lost a lot of rappers in the past few years through gun violence.
And not just that, not to cut you off, but a lot of even though these guys rap, you don't know they pass. These motherfuckers trying to kill them still. So I get it from both sides. You rather be judged by judged by 12 and carried by 6. So I get that. But in the also, sense of that, it's like you make millions of dollars. You don't have to do this.
Yeah, it's such a complex, subject because you got that thinking of, all right, I'd rather go to jail and die, which makes a lot more sense. But then you also got to think of another route, like, all right, I gotta hire some security and like watch how I move.
I mean, look at the baby. The baby got security and he still whoop people ass.
Yeah,
his security be standing there. He be out here fighting. Shout out to the baby.
But if you a security guard, you're not supposed to be allowing that to happen, first of all. And two, if you're a rapper, you can't just be punching on people. Whatever case.
Tell that to him.
I mean, look at the situation because in the situation, the King Von situation, R.I.P. to him.
Yeah, R.I.P. to
he went and punched on somebody and he ended up losing his life over it. Like sometimes, shit's not worth.
No,
it's not worth it. Trying to do all that, be that bravado. You let your ego get the best of you.
But some people can't let that shit go.
Hey man, I get it, but you gotta realize what come with it. Him not letting his bravado go at the cost of his life.
Absolutely.
And the crazy thing is, I watched an interview about his manager was talking about how they move or whatever, and like they got armed cars, armed security. Plus he got his dudes with him, whatever the case may be. So you had all that at that situation and still ended up getting killed because you reacted.
And that's a story, and that goes to show you can have all that shit and somebody still can touch you.
Exactly. I think it's a combination of having the guidelines in preparation and moving smart.
Absolutely.
Like he had everything set where he could be protected, but he did something dumb.
Because he went back to what he probably went back to what he's used to. Somebody's coming at you, fuck the bullshit, I'm about to go see what it is.
It wasn't even that, bro. Like the dude, he got out the car. Him and this dude had beef or whatever the case may be.
Wasn't it like his man's? Or
there was some that Quando Rondo dude, some Atlanta rapper.
Like it was cool. Right?
From what I know, they had a little disagreement. He said he said it wasn't going to be no extreme violence. He said he was just going to beat the shit out of him when he saw him. So he ended up seeing him and then got out the car and went over there and started punching on him. And then Quando's man ended up shooting him, and that's how he ended up dying. But that whole situation could have been avoided, had you, been a little bit more smart about it. Like even like with Lil Wayne's situation, like nigga, you got a lot more money than some of these other rappers that's in these situations.
Shit, you got a lot more money than a lot of these rappers on your level in this situation.
Yeah, so you having a gun I guarantee, like, granted, you might want to feel protected. You got the money to handle security, to pay for security.
And Wayne,
you got the resources.
Wayne got the type of money that he don't have to worry about no more.
Yeah, and also you've been in the game long enough where you know how to move like a little bit more smarter. But they also say age don't really mean, you know.
No.
So,
no.
But
because
you would think that, but you know that's not always the case.
You know what? You know what? Now speaking about this, you know, I was watching some. You know, I'm big on documentaries. You know, that's just like my thing. But I was watching. It was off of No Limit documentary, and Snoop Dogg was a part. For people that don't know, Snoop Dogg was a part of No Limit for 3 to 4 years after he left Death Row. But make a long story short, Snoop and Death Row started beefing.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, Death Row was holding his royalties, holding all his money. So Snoop wanted to make a whole, you know, he Mac 10 hit him up. Mac 10, shout out to West Side Connection. Mac 10 hit him up, and he was like, yo, let's make a diss record, you know, and the whole album was going to be called Fuck Death Row, or the song.
Mm-hmm.
And he was gonna make a whole album about about fuck Death Row. Mm-hmm. Excuse my language. But you know, Master P stepped in and said, "You do that, them niggas gonna kill you. you do that, you ain't gonna be alive to see the shit come out." And Master P took him under his wing, showed him how to make his own money, and made him a better entrepreneur. But the gist of all that story is, it's like when you see all these young, you know, these young new rappers out there, why isn't there no old heads, or why isn't there no body to sit there and pull them to the side? Like not to sit there and say this was his fault, but Lil Boosie was at that club that night when Von got killed. They said. Mm-hmm. And they were trying to tell Boosie to go outside. I guess Boosie was too fucked up or high to comprehend what the fuck was going on. But Von could have still been living if Boosie would have walked outside. Because niggas respect Lil Boosie. You know?
I don't know.
But I'm just saying, bro, you never know.
Maybe if you was in your hometown.
You never know.
But you in Atlanta, you not from there. And these young boys don't really, you know, really care about, they don't really respect the code. So,
I mean, I
think Von's the best chance of not even being in a situation if he didn't even go over there and do anything. That was his, you know, his best situation as far as like, you know, trying to.
It's hard to say that if you're not. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like,
it's not hard to say.
No, I'm saying like
he never even hit him. The dude would have never shot him. So, but you know. These guys gotta start moving a little bit more smarter, because you know police is watching you, and now you got niggas watching you, so you gotta watch how you move around.
Like that's the rapper's fault for having niggas watching them. Stop posting shit.
Hey, you don't even gotta post shit, bro. Niggas could just be like, you know, I'm doing a show like down in DC, and some people just be like, all right, we might go, you know, see what's up. Like, you know, it just you gotta. Especially when you're moving around certain cities, you don't know what type of time these dudes is on. So
and a lot of them niggas be on deep.
There's niggas that show love, and then there's niggas that, you know, want to try to rob you, take shit.
I mean, you see a lot of rappers, you know, they always talking about they go in these different cities and getting their chains snatched.
Yeah, man. Like even back in them times, like it was more so a thing back then than it is now. But even back then, you gotta be in a position to, you know, protect yourself, man. You know, your assets and your livelihood.
But that goes from, like, I stem back, more experienced rappers, but like you said, even sometimes.
Yeah, but you had asked, why is there no people that are taking, like, schooling people and taking them under the wing? Because a lot of these people, when they get involved into the rap game, usually they're signed to a record label that doesn't even deal with any street politics, period. So
that is very true.
So you're just dealing with somebody that's there to just take your money, because these people sign these 360.
Not even the 360. Them niggas be signing the fucking. They don't even get a distribution deal. These motherfuckers be signing, basically getting 15 to 20% of their own shit, and the record label gets the other 80 or so.
Yeah, so they just see the advance, all the money up front, and they basically
not too much.
You basically sell your talent short because you only, like you said, you're only getting 30% of what you know, and
what
everyone else is getting everything else.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't really care about the guidance. They're more so for the money. So, you know, if you're a guy, a rapper that's up and coming, and you're trying to get to like a bag or whatever the case may be, you don't really worry about the details. You're just trying to get put on.
Yeah, you're just trying to get signed. Because you know, if you get signed, that's automatic tour dates. That's automatic this.
That's they're not worried about, you know, the smarts of what it takes to, you know, once you become a rapper and how you're supposed to move and how you're supposed to have your money, make money, and all this other stuff. Like, that's why, you know, I respect this era a little bit more because there's a lot more people becoming independent.
I like that.
Because
I like that.
These record companies ain't really paying shit.
Yeah, and then you look
you're
at
not getting your money worth for what you're putting out as far as like the product.
And then you look at a lot of people don't know that the record label, like, yeah, they'll sign you to a deal, but majority of that money, like the advance they give you, a lot of people think like, oh, they got a $9 million, they gotta pay that shit back. Like, just because the record label gives you the money, you have to pay it back, because when you go on tour, you gotta pay for the band, gotta pay for the buses, the hotels. Now, granted, the record label will say that they're gonna pay for it, but in all actuality, you gotta pay them back. Because look what happened to TLC. They thought they was getting they had to pay that shit back.
They was getting robbed.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's not all the cases in everybody's deal. But, you know,
if you know what you're talking about.
Yeah, true. So to this Casanova case, from what I'm understanding, is this is old stuff that has come back to bite him.
How long was that charge? Where they said the 15 year old?
They saying all this stuff stems from like either 10 or 12 years ago.
Okay.
So this is stuff he did in his past that is finally catching up. The feds have.
The fuck? He was in jail. He just got out.
Hey man, this might be some other stuff that the feds might not even know.
Yeah.
So now he's facing that, and this is a case of, you know, some shit that you did in your past coming back to bite you.
Yeah, and now they talking about I'm about to lose a life, man. About to go back to jail and do a life sentence.
Well, we'll see what happens. That's the maximum he could get if convicted.
I feel like that shit gonna get cut a lot.
Trust me, there's gonna be a lot of cooperating.
Absolutely, ain't nobody trying to do no life. You can say you want to do life all you want to.
I'm telling you right now, niggas ain't trying to wear when you sitting in that room and them two cops is up there.
When you see that cigarette,
they offer you that cigarette and that bottle of water. They slide that paper across the desk. So they be like, look, listen, it's looking real spooky.
Niggas be there like.
Niggas say you coming home, you know.
He was like,
the 5th of February.
He was like, hey, what comes out in 2025? You won't know. Shit.
Niggas like, they gonna be having flying cars by the time you get.
Niggas be like, you heard that Wyclef song, Going to November? Yeah, you gonna be going for 10 Novembers. Fuck is you talking about? Fuck is you talking about?
I don't care what you are, all that, you know, snitching shit. You know, cold shit.
When that paper slide across the table, niggas start sweating. There's gonna be some sweat in that room.
Mm-hmm. Life. Fuck you, me, life.
But fuck, he said, hey yo, what? Niggas be like this. Hey yo, what they talking about?
Oh man, so
that'd be the most wildest shit ever when the judge. No, first off, not to go off topic. Why do they do that?
What?
Like, why they sit there and offer you for life? It's like, nigga, one is going to do the job. Like, the fuck you offer me for?
It's depending on the charges.
Bro, it's for. Yeah. Like, you don't even have to do, just give one. One with no parole, you done for. What you gonna, what they gonna risk? What they gonna bring you back so you can live the other 3?
Bro, there's people that have got convicted of multiple life sentences. It's just a formality.
I feel like it's some petty. That's petty.
No, it's a formality. So say if you killed 3 people, whatever the case may be, and depending on what state you're in, it holds a maximum sentence of whatever. So you get the 1 count, you get convicted, and you get that. Then there's a 2nd count.
Damn, it's just like
you fried, but
you fried after the first one. But I don't want to hear the other 2.
As a formality, you know, as court proceedings, they gotta do you know, each one. Because there's, say if you get, you know, charged with 2 and it's second degree, you might have been facing first degree. It might have got down to second degree, or it might have got down to manslaughter. One might have got to second degree. So you might, you'll get one, they'll be like, all right, in the case of murder in whatever degree, they might drop it down to second degree or third degree.
The worst is first.
Yeah.
Yeah, the worst is first. Okay.
The second one, you might get hit with a manslaughter, so whatever. But usually they'll put a deal out. And
paper
slide across there. Listen, you looking at this, but you can get this if you do this. Listen, 10 better than 50.
Wait, niggas come across it like this. No, you fucked up, right?
They be like 10 better. 10's better than 50.
Pause.
So niggas gonna be like, listen, what you need, who you need, I got it all, baby. Like, I ain't never liked these niggas anyway.
You see my man 6ix9ine. That nigga said, "What? I got up."
Oh, yeah, they knew they was done. They knew they was done.
That nigga was naming names like DMX and what these bitches want from me. There was Jimmy. I'm sorry.
Nah, facts.
Word is life. Man.
So in this this G Herbo case, which is, you know, this
Herbert
Wright the third.
Damn. HD3. That's a dope ass name though. HD3. That's a dope ass name. HD3. That's a dope ass. Shout out to HD3. That's a dope ass name.
What's his
the
name?
fuck is that?
No, his name is it's HW. It would be HW.
Oh, HW.
It's Herbert Wright.
Oh shit, my bad.
Yeah, it's Herbert Wright the third.
Herbert Wright, my bad. HW.
So
that sounds even better.
He was basically scamming, or whatever the case may be. And
But
this has been going on for. I thought this was recent.
But it's designed
This
puppies?
This has been going on a little bit longer than. Well, I thought this was recent, but this dates back to about like a few years ago. So, but what they're saying is, if convicted, he faces up to 6 years. So it's a lot less than what these other guys are facing. But I kind of like get was just like, well, this was even before Corona. But a lot of these rappers, you know, they make their money doing shows, and they can't really do shows because everything's shut down because of Corona. So I guess they're being contributed to,
back to what they
going to other things to try to.
They going back to what they know.
This goes back to the guidance thing where, you know, had you had some guidance, you know, you would know what to do with your money once you got it. You know, a lot of these rappers, you know, they buy cars and jewelry and all the other shit.
Because they don't take the, you know, and not just saying it's just them, but it's just like, you know, entertainers and all of them, they don't take into consideration that what's here today can be gone tomorrow. Yeah. And what Corona showed everybody, you know, even for regular people, like niggas was out of work. Yeah. So for them, imagine them, they're like, we work in regular shit. Imagine them, they used to making 50 to 100K a show. Imagine not making that, and they tour for like what, 5 months every day. Imagine making that every day to go in to make nothing. Like them niggas is stressing.
Yeah, so I guess
everybody can't make shows like Shop 50.
We sit there and say, you know, they shouldn't do this type of stuff, but we also be like, all right, their hands are kind of tied. You know, hopefully a lot of them will learn from this situation, and then once things start rolling, they start making their money, then they start doing a lot more smarter things.
Not all of them.
They're not, but you know, we can only hope that this takes, you know, the time to, you know, for people to, you know, be smarter with their money, because even with people that got regular jobs that haven't been able to work because of this whole Corona thing, that, you know, once things start getting rolling, that they start making smarter moves, so in case something like this happens again, that they're better off prepared. Because I'm fortunate to have my business ventures and my job that was, you know, like, you know, essential. So I was. Yeah, that's the money noise.
Ching.
Just letting you know there's money to be made. So
if you know, you know.
Yeah, I know what's going on. Y'all know what I'm getting to.
Mm.
Niggas know my body.
You know what I do.
Yeah, but that's not to get too off topic, but I guess that's something that a lot of not like I said, not just rappers but rapper people in general need to
absolutely
get together, because it's bad when the millionaires is.
But the millionaires is scamming. It's going to scamming. That nigga designer out there like, I told him.
Credit cards and scams. Oh man! But,
shout out to designer.
I just hope these cats start moving a little bit more better, man.
Yeah, much safe.
I don't pray. I hope that I don't pray jail on nobody. Like, I don't wish jail on nobody. I meant to say, but I just hope this be a life lesson for these cats, and they able to move a little bit smarter the next time. Sorry guys, I'm checking out this shit. Oh man, but you got anything else you want to chime in?
I mean, just to piggyback off of you, man. Just hoping that a lot of them just move a lot more smarter. Definitely don't want to see no more deaths. Not just in the rap game, just in entertainment. In general.
Just in general. Man.
Yeah, don't want to see no more of that. But I just think honestly, like you said, just move smarter. If you know this ain't your town, don't do silly shit that's not in your town. Like, just don't do it. You don't have to do it. And that's the one thing I feel like everybody, like, and it goes back to what we were talking about before. Like, everybody want to be the big bad guy. But to me, I feel like, what is really the big bad guy? Like, you can just go out, like, literally, what is it really like? To me, I always struggle with that. Like,
well, when niggas always being tough guys.
Yeah, I always struggle with that because it's just like, why? It's like, you don't have to do it.
It's environmental.
Honestly,
like a lot of people got pride.
Honestly, I think it's insecurities in something.
It could be,
because a lot of dudes that act tough are very pussy, and that's just a straight fact.
Yeah, the ones that are.
And I know a lot of tough guys.
Overly tough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know a lot of them. Man.
A lot of them.
There's a lot of these niggas that be in this jail that I work at.
I knew he was going.
There's a lot of them in there that do a lot of barking, but no.
Oh yeah, shout out to the Eagles fans. Stop throwing parties. Right to you. They're gonna lose again this week. They're gonna keep losing.
Oh, y'all heard my man.
Y'all gonna keep fucking losing, yo. I'm telling you, matter of fact, if y'all throw the party or not, y'all gonna lose. It's sad. Somebody from that division gotta go to playoffs. Yeah. But that's a whole nother conversation. I'm sorry.
There's something else I wanted to touch too.
My do-rag messed up and everything. Got my skin shit.
These rappers also get caught up is being around people that do bullshit too. Sometimes it's not even you rapper.
It's your mans.
It's the people that should be around.
It's your mans.
Right,
and the females.
That too.
Females be setting niggas up too.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Females be setting dudes up.
I think a lot of these rappers, if you want to hang around, especially you from the streets, and you was heavily involved in that type of stuff, once you get to a certain level, you gotta either let these guys know that, hey, this is how we're moving now. We can't be doing this shit we was doing before. We got
cut them all.
We got a bag to secure. So you gotta have that conversation. And these niggas can't get with it, you have to just come loose. Because now you're at a position where your life is changing, you changing life of your family.
Gonna fuck your bag up.
Yeah, so you can't fuck your bag up because somebody want to be, Mr.
A dickhead.
Yeah.
A dickhead.
They want to be carrying guns. No, you can't carry guns. Because they don't care about him. They pull that fucking car over and there's a gun in there. They only care about you. Mm-hmm. They don't care who was
thought he was bulletproof till he got it the fifth time. Shout out to Rose.
Yeah, Yeah, man. So I just think that's another thing that these rappers have to be more conscious of.
Yeah.
You know, these are the conversations that you need to have with, you know, the people that you're around. That's for family, friends, whoever. Like, listen, we can't do this.
You be amazed.
You can't do this type of stuff and be around me. So if you want to be around me, all this, you know, all this stuff got to go. All this, we in the club and you picking fights with motherfuckers all the time. All that shit got to stop.
And you be amazed. A lot of those rappers are afraid to talk to their boys about that, and we not. And a lot of niggas don't want to say that. But a lot of these motherfuckers is afraid to pull their boys to the side and tell them to stop the bullshit.
Hey, you gotta have this conversation.
Yeah, you have
These
to.
are conversations I've had to have with some of my friends. Not this, you know, not to say that, you know, I'm in rapper level type of status, but just, you know, livelihood type of status. I've been around people that, you know, we be somewhere and they always picking fights with dudes. They get drunk and then want to start fighting niggas, and then you there with them, so now you gotta, you know, now you bought to the situation because that's your man.
Now you gotta fight.
I ain't come here for all that. I came here to have a good time, not for a long time, especially not now. You know, I don't do too much now, man. If I do go out, you get around that 12, 1 o'clock mark, niggas be like,
shit, you wait at 12, 1 o'clock.
I'm just saying.
Shit.
It depends on what type of night I'm having.
12. I'm looking at everybody like, I ain't ready to go.
Hey, man, it be like that. Like 12 o'clock, I'm definitely looking at the watch.
I gotta catch my 7 hours.
Yeah, man.
I ain't shit.
This was more so when I was younger, but I'm just trying to, you know, piggyback off the story I was saying, because I've had to have this conversation with somebody that I was friends with, and I had to stop being friends with them because it almost cost, like, it almost put me in a situation where it could have ended like real badly.
Yeah.
So
I've been in those situations.
So after that, I'm just like, all right, bro, I can't be around you because you doing too much, and you gotta have those conversations. I don't think it's a tough conversation, but some people might think it's a tough.
Because some people don't know how to be straightforward.
Some people don't know. Yeah, some people don't know how to be straightforward. Some people aren't confrontational. Even though I don't think it's a confrontation.
It's not a conflict, because I feel like if you go into your friend that's supposed to be your man's, and be like, look, bro, we about to be in I'm about to be in a whole new bracket, you know, and obviously you my friend, you know, we gonna get you doing something, you know, like you my boy, like cut the silly shit out, like, you know what I mean, the shooting up shit, beating nigga, cut it out, like we don't gotta do that shit no more. And I feel like that's a conversation you should be able to have with your best friend or your closest, you know, friends, because if you can't have that conversation with your close friends, y'all really wasn't friends. Like, you got to be able to be real with your friends, and for that situation, that's a real ass topic, because it's like, look, dog, because of you, I can get killed if you don't cut the shit out.
Right.
You know, so if you're not gonna stop, I can't fuck with you, cause you know that's how it gotta be.
That's it.
That's straight. Like it's nothing to be mean, but it's like, dude, you seeing what I'm doing. And I'm telling you, chill the fuck out, and you still doing it. So now it has to be a little bit more, yo, cut the silly shit, or this shit is over.
You got a dead right there. It's either you doing this or this ain't going on.
Word is like I'm going this way.
There can't be no second chances, because there might be a chance where that second chance might cost you everything. So, you know, we just gotta have a conversation.
And I feel like that was the situation with Vaughn too. I feel like there was a lot of second chance niggas out there.
I feel like, Vaughn kind of caused his own demise.
He did.
So,
but
somebody should have not even. Well,
that's what I'm saying.
You can say that from the story. What I was told was they didn't have enough time to react. Because Vaughn got out of the car, but I guess they didn't know what Vaughn was doing. They didn't know if he was going to talk to the nigga.
But it's like, you automatically, like me, that's just like me, you riding the car, I automatically know you got beef with somebody. So you stop the car for no apparent reason. You stopping the car.
Well, he wasn't.
No, I'm just saying in our situation, like, if you're driving. So it's like, okay, you know, we'll put it his. If the car stops and I see the person you have beef with, and I'm looking at you, I automatically know. I can put 2 and 2 together what the scenario is. You about to go fuck him up, because I heard the interview. I don't need no more clarity. I heard the interview. I know what you about to go do. Yo, driver, pull the fuck off.
From what
he good.
From the story I heard is they didn't have enough time to react, or they didn't think he was gonna react how he reacted, whatever the case may be. But you can't really put the people like to put blame on people. But oh, you should have did this, or you should have did that. But he should have never even put himself in that situation.
Yeah, that is very true.
Because some people, even with their security and their homies, whatever, they feel like that's more their ego. Be like, all right, I'm untouchable. Like,
yeah, some people do. Yeah.
So that all that, it didn't even matter.
Because he already made up in his mind what he was gonna do.
Yeah, so I mean, it's unfortunate that another young black man had to die from gun violence. But sometimes you gotta be a little bit smarter. You shouldn't never have put yourself in that situation.
Yeah.
Especially when you're making the type of money you're making, and it not only a position to put your family on or whatever the case may be, but other artists on.
Absolutely. So
he had some other boys that I guess had just got signed or whatever the case may be. I guess that's the reason why they was out celebrating.
Yeah.
So
and now that celebration, and that's the the shitty part about it.
Yeah, that's what happens sometimes when one bad decision could cost everything.
Word.
So, but we gonna wrap this up. So
anything else?
Nah, I think we covered everything we needed to cover.
Yeah, I think
that was pretty good.
That was a nice one.
Yeah, it went better than I thought.
Shout out to yours truly, Jay, for coming up with this episode idea on the spot too. That was last minute.
Yeah, I tried to pull some things out the hat. When I got my brain, flowing. But we got things now to help us. We got laptops and shit.
Yeah.
Pull up information. You're gonna start seeing this laptop.
Them Zoom calls are coming soon. Those calls are coming soon.
Yeah, you're gonna be sitting just like this.
Yup, there's no excuse. There's no excuse. What you gonna get COVID? What you gonna get COVID over the computer? Ain't no fucking excuse.
Yeah, so
come on the show. Please.
Yeah. Now you don't got no excuse. Now you don't even have to come here.
Y'all don't even gotta come here.
Yeah,
y'all don't gotta look at us in person. You can look at us on the screen. Yeah. You can put shit black for all I give a fuck. Just talk. That's all I care. You can have the screen black. I don't give a fuck. Just talk.
Who asked them if they want to see us or
they asking shit. You want
to the camera.
it's
your preference.
It is.
But the laptop is here, in case y'all want to, be on the show. I know there's some people that want to be on the show that live, outside the state or other parts of the country.
Shout out to Dean Macero. We gonna get you on the show, Brody.
Yeah, shout out to Dean and a couple other people.
We're gonna get you on the show, bro. We're gonna get y'all on the show.
So,
absolutely that.
You already know what to do. Like, comment, share, subscribe.
Drop those hearts.
When you're on YouTube, do the little notification bell. Click that. You'll get all the notifications. For when the video drops, you'll be the first to know. So you already know what to do. We want to appreciate y'all for watching, being here with us these past 39 episodes.
Oh my God.
We're going to try to give y'all 39 more.
Shit, we're going to try to get y'all more.
Absolutely. So you already know what it is.
Absolutely.
So next time, this is Jay.
And this is B.
And this has been Lit Logic. Catch y'all next time.
Hey.
Peace. Yes, sir.